Welcome back to the Empowered Voice. Today, we're bypassing the memes to look at the actual data behind the phrase, be a man's peace. We're starting with a staggering metric from Dr. Paulus Thaler. John Gottman. A man's inability to physically calm his heart rate during an argument predicts divorce with 83% accuracy.
It's a powerful reframing. We usually think of stress as just a bad mood, but it's a measurable biological state. When a man feels criticized, his HPA axis activates rapidly, flooding his system with cortisol and adrenaline. At that point, the logical part of his brain, the prefrontal cortex, essentially shuts down. He literally cannot process rational arguments anymore.
So it's not just an emotional issue, it's a biological one. Researchers use the coupled linear oscillator model to describe this. Imagine two pendulums swinging together, connected by a coil.
Exactly. Partners are biologically interdependent. If his pendulum starts swinging wildly with stress, that coil pulls on yours. Being his peace means providing co-regulation, stabilizing your own rhythm so you can eventually slow his swinging down to a peaceful baseline. Because of biological differences in recovery time, women often serve as the primary emotional regulators in these dynamics.
But let's be clear, this isn't about being a martyr. The data shows women stop co regulating if the man is dismissive or withdraws. However, in a healthy environment, the softened startup is key.
96% of interactions end with the same tone they began with in the first few minutes. If you jerk the steering wheel at minute 1, the conversation is already over. High-value women use repair bids, small actions like humor or a light touch to de-escalate tension before that HPA axis gets flooded.
You also have to maintain a 5-to-1 ratio, 5 positive deposits for every one withdrawal during times of peace. This builds a reservoir of goodwill.
And you cannot be someone else's peace if you are at war with yourself. This requires high emotional intelligence, expecting your partner to be your emotional pacifier, because you can't self-regulate is exhausting and destroys the romantic dynamic. You have to hold your own baseline first.
The final pillar is commitment safety, the abiding sense that the relationship isn't on the line every time you disagree. You never use the future of the relationship as a weapon.
Exactly. When you remove the exhausting cost of constant biological stress, you aren't making the relationship boring. You are actually freeing up the energy required for passion. When he isn't burning energy on stress at home, he can apply those reserves to his career and goals. When you control the peace, you are the architect of his potential.